So I grew up in quite an intellectual family. So my brothers both got first in university and went on to be lawyers. So I came from quite a business sort of family, not a creative family. So it was tough growing up in that kind of world because I wasn't academic. I was much more creative. So it wasn't easy. Success for me now is very different to how it was when I was younger. I mean, success for me now is just happiness, peace and happiness, really. It's not kind of material things or, what you've achieved. Because at the end of the day, it's like, for me, it's just about like having lovely friends, a wonderful family, and, just being kind of at peace. Really, I was a musician for so many years and I wasn't really fulfilled and I didn't feel very happy, and so it wasn't like a conscious decision. I just started, we bought a house in Camden and couldn't find some lace for a window, so I thought, okay, I'm going to dye a piece of lace, and then that became a business, and that started in 2001, and that kind of just became a business that then went on to dresses and then creative, in loads of creative pursuits, basically. So it wasn't a conscious thing. And then I just gave up music, really. I think I was pregnant with my fourth child and I just thought, I don't want to be away, I don't want to be on the tour bus, I just want to be at home with the kids. So it was a perfect job for me to just be at home creating. Impatience. I make so many bad decisions when I just kind of can't wait. I literally have to do it now. I'm an Aries, so I'm very, very stubborn and very kind of, everything has to be done yesterday. I mean, I talked a lot about kind of having, kind of depression and having, I suffered a lot when I was younger, especially kind of in my teens and sort of early 20s. But I think, I found ways of kind of knowing when I'm going down a path and how to change it quite quickly. But I think it's just from growing old and wiser, really. Having no self-esteem and, when you grow up in a business, I mean, I was, kind of in a band from when I was really young, and going into the public eye at a really young age, and having to read articles about yourself that perhaps weren't true, or kind of derogatory, or but learning that actually it's none of your business what anyone thinks of you. It's only when you get older that you realise that it's none of your business. It's like how you feel. It's always inside out, and I've only learnt that in the last 10 years. It's sort of I'm just in my own little bubble, and that's where I'm happy, and that's why I've found happiness, and that's why no one else can make me sad anymore. Definitely. I mean, I don't think I could have stayed in London and been happy. I had to move out. I had to move to the country, A, for my family, B, for my mental state, and C, because it just gave me the space to create, and to create what I really wanted to, in so many areas of my life that I wouldn't have been able to do in London. Definitely during my sort of drug addiction and my depression and I've always just I'm very lucky. I have an amazing, husband. My best friend Zoe, the artist Zoe Grace, she's just incredible, and my daughter Daisy, and my family and my boys, everyone, my mum. I have this amazing kind of network of people that help me through my life, and they've just been there for years, obviously, and I continue to be, which is good. You need to seek help. I think that's the first and foremost thing. It's like either a counsellor or go to a meeting, or there's so much help out there if you just look for it. I'd say get rid of anyone in your life that is are kind of taking you down a dark path, or that just literally, it doesn't matter if you live empty for a while. You have to do a massive clearance and just follow the clean path, the path of light. Because I think it's so people don't understand addiction. It's not sort of, people don't view it as an illness, but it is, and it's a killer as well. So I think just kind of change your life, find the really lovely people, the nurturing people, the people that don't want you just because they want to use with you. Just find some supportive people out there. There's many, and that's the first thing. Just before I was pregnant with my daughter Betty, so 2005, and I got to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm, my mid-30s, there's no way I can carry on. It's either that or, I check out of life, it was that kind of difficult, really. And that's the turning point in my life. So it's 12 years ago now, and it's just been a magical sort of experience ever since. I know it's a massive thing, and I don't really think of it like that, and if I can help, I wrote a book about it, and I hope I helped a lot of people, and I think that whenever I can, I go and talk about it, and and if anyone ever writes to me, I'm always answering and saying what I feel that they should do, because it is something that isn't recognised enough in this country. I mean, there's not enough help out there, really. I just made stuff, and then I went to all the shops that I felt would be interested in because they're always looking for new products, so I always would go with my little bag and all my samples and show, just do cold calls and go up there and say, I've got a bag full of things, can I just show you, I mean, I did it a few years ago to Harrods. I just literally had a bag on my shoulder and went up to the toy department and showed them my costumes, and they took them on, and it was because they were so beautiful. They were like, oh my God, they'll do really well here, so I think it's a case of finding your product into a shop, get it in there somehow, and even if it's I don't often have the money to fund what I want to do, so what I do is I do a 2-week wait, so I just sort of get the money in, I do pre-orders, get the money in, and then deliver it in 2 weeks, and that way you can bring the money in so that you're able to create, so it's not easy, it's hard being in business, but I say it's hard, but you've got to follow your dream and keep that goal and don't give up. Keep going and keep believing, and if it's just don't listen to anyone. If anyone's naysaying or and just don't listen. Just keep in your own little bubble. Keep your goal. Keep your focus. Don't give up. That's the thing, because all the people that give up are the losers. All the people that carry on going are the winners, and that's just basically it. It's just, so if you have a belief, it's there. It's coming. It's in the wherever it is. It's waiting, but just don't give up.